He wore the Astros gear. Great to have you with us, Terry.
Great to be here.
Wow, and you got to throw out the first pitch today, so it's just a theme day with the Star Wars thing today, the way it worked out.
I know that was it was pretty interesting coming here with Darth Vader, Princess Leia.
Well, now that you had a few months to process this whole mission, is it sinking in?
You know, it was funny. The other day I was looking at some video, and it's almost like, was that me? I just can't believe I was actually off of Earth
and you, of course, you've
in
been
space.
You've been a big baseball fan for a long time, so you're looking down from all those miles away and photographing major league ballparks. Was that your idea?
It was, yeah, it was my idea. I'm a big baseball fan, and that was a lot of fun to try and get them. The ones on the coast are pretty easy, but Kansas City and Cincinnati, the ones in the center of the country can be tough because they blend in.
No doubt you had a lot of time to think about what it would be like up there. Did it? Was it different than your anticipation?
It was a lot different. Yeah, my first flight was on a space shuttle. It was only 2 weeks, and this flight was 200 days. And so you really move to space. You become, someone that lives in space, not on Earth. And it was a big mental adjustment.
And now that you're back, you want to go again?
Every astronaut's. It doesn't matter if you've had 8 flights. The one in front of you is always the most important one. So looking forward to that.
How's that communication on the space station with the Russians?
It was great. It was really nice flying with those guys. They're very friendly, and we really had a good time. Of course, Russian language is not the easiest thing for me, and English is not the easiest thing for them. So we both sides work at the language issue, but it was great.
And Conger, the batter, and you grew up in Maryland, so you've been a big Orioles fan down through the years, correct?
I did. Grew up as an Orioles fan, and I'm a transplanted Astros fan, so those are my 2 teams.
Did you find that any of the folks on the station were sleepwalkers?
Sleep floaters. I wasn't. When I slept, I was sound asleep. It was usually after a long day, and I never noticed if the guys were floating around at night.
Wow, isn't that something? Spacewalk, that whole phenomenon.
Yeah, here's a spacewalk video right there.
Does somebody stay awake all the time to stand guard?
They don't, and we have mission controls watching over us all the time. So someone in Houston is always up, and in Russia also. But we all are on the same schedule, and we kind of all sleep at the same time. So
it's like you shattered one of the lenses on your glasses.
That was a water ball with an Alka-Seltzer tablet in it, and it's pretty cool.
You find those to be pretty useful?
Water balls are very useful.
Boy, isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's a different.
That was the last picture I took in space right there. The sunset.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Does tend to give one an appreciation of this planet, right?
It was just amazing to see Earth and kind of look down on creation and see. It's an amazing universe we live in, and it's definitely a unique perspective to see it from space.
How long does it take up there to reach the point where you say, ho hum, just another day in paradise?
It's never boring, but I'll tell you, it takes about maybe a month. The first month, you're getting better every day. You're learning about how to maneuver yourself around in weightlessness and how to, have a daily work day. And after about a month, you're kind of at the peak of your game. But it never gets boring.
What are we continuing to learn by spending time in space?
Well, the science program on the station is actually continuing to get bigger and bigger, and we did a lot of experiments in human physiology and medicine, material science. We're doing some really cool astronomy, astrophysics kind of experiments on the outside of the station. So the science that we're doing there is never ending, and there's always something new. And maybe the more important in the long term is the ability to work with other nations to explore space.
How much are you able to keep tabs on things like pennant races?
One of the best parts about being in space was spring training, and when the baseball season started, it really connected me with Earth. So we get emails, and they would try and ship up. I got to watch you guys on TV a bunch. They'd ship up Astros games, condensed games. So that was a really cool part of being in space, but getting to be a part of the baseball season.
You're not going to say that continues to motivate you to stay up there, does it?
getting the free Astros game shipped to me now. There's lots of reasons to go up there, but that was really fun.
Were you afraid that the Astros wouldn't be in first place when you came home?
Well, I wasn't afraid. I knew they would. I mean, everybody knew they wouldn't be, and this has been just the best surprise this year.
True.
And there we go.
Yeah. Hey, we got the Astros their first hit, Terry.
Yeah.
And it's a double from Altuve.
That's a big reason they're in first place right there, standing on second base.
Well, you're going to have to stay up here for a little more karma now as Lowry comes up next.
We had fun in space. I was measuring different distances in Altuve's. I'd say, you know, during docking, the cargo vehicle is 20 Altuve's away, and we had a lot of fun with that.
That's not very far, right?
Tweeting back and forth with Jose. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
You know, back in the 04 and 05 seasons, I came here with my son for just probably hundreds of games, and it was so much fun. And it's that same vibe again.
That is, isn't it? Electric today.
The stadium's packed and a lot of noise.
What's your background to put you in a position to have that shot to go into space?
Everybody has a different background, it seems, but you know, there's doctors, there's engineers, there's a bunch of test pilots, and I'm one of those. Air Force fighter pilot, test pilot. That was my background. And so there's several different paths you can take to be, if you want to be an NASA astronaut.
What's coming next? The space shuttle program shut down. What's next?
The shuttle program is shut down, and of course the space station is our main program right now. But we have a vehicle called Orion that's a capsule, and we're hoping to send it beyond low Earth orbit, start to explore the solar system. So we have a lot to do this century, and it's going to be a busy time for NASA.
Thanks so much, Terry, for joining us. Great to have you aboard.
Thanks, guys. It was good to be here.
Terry.
Thanks.
Nothing.